Madison Bumgarner gets the ball tonight, and he's a big, imposing lefty. And the Baltimore Orioles, well, they're big and have an imposing lineup. They lead the majors in home runs, and last night it showed. Tonight, it'll be Bumgarner's job to shut them down and maybe hit one himself. Bumgarner takes on the Orioles, and it's coming up next. Saturday night baseball here at AT&T Park as we get ready for Giants and Orioles. You see the Gaylord Perry statue and the giveaway statue. Should be a fun night here at the ballpark. Hi again, everybody. I'm Duane Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, they honored a North Carolina today with a statue. Now the Giants have one on the mound, and that's Madison Bumgarner.
Well, it's not a bad thing to do. Flip Madison Bumgarner the ball when your team is struggling, and he's going to look to put an end to this little losing streak. And hopefully they can score a few runs for him, and that's been the big problem. He's not getting any wins, but they're not scoring any runs for him. Well, guess what? They are due. And one thing we saw in last night's ball game, Hunter Pence is starting to swing the bat and drive the ball the opposite way, and Joe Panik is starting to come out of his funk. So finally, some light, and hopefully it carries into tonight's ball game.
Wow, they might score 15 tonight. I'm so psyched. It is. It's Bumgarner on the hill, and that's always a good thing. When we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch of this game right after this.
Giants baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota. Hurry in for Toyota's annual clearance event to get an incredible deal on the 2016 Toyota you want before they're gone. Toyota, let's go places.
There's the statue of Big G. Bumgarner takes the field. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. It is a great time of the year to get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 63 degrees here at the ballpark. See the winds at 13 miles per hour. The humidity's at 76%, and it is a clear night. Orioles lineup to face Bumgarner. It'll be Jones, Hardy, and then Machado. We'll go back to Adam Jones. He's pretty hot right now. Trumbull will be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Scope, Davis, and Joseph. Ryman is going to hit 8th, and Kevin Kosman is going to hit 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the 6'5", 250-pound, 27-year-old out of North Carolina, Madison Bumgarner, 10-7 on the year with a 2.20 ERA. The four-time All-Star making start number 27. 181 strikeouts, 40 walks, and 24 starts. How's he do it? You're going to see a low 90s fastball from a low 3/4 arm angle. A little natural cut, which should give some of these right-handers a lot of power, some fits if he can locate in tonight. He's also got a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. Never has pitched before against this Orioles team. All right, let's take a look at the Giants defense playing behind Bumgarner tonight, starting the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Pagan, Span, and Pence. Crawford, Nunez will be on the left side of the infield. Panik and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
We just saw something interesting. It looked like Span went over and borrowed Pagan's sunglasses.
It's pretty bad sun field in center field right now. And it's only going to get worse.
So here's Adam Jones. Likes the first pitch. And it's a strike. So we get started at 6:06. Jones hitting at 279. And he fouls this one back. Back-to-back fastballs from Bumgarner, and it's 0-2. Jones last night 2 for 4. He knocked in a run. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got everything you'd like out of a leadoff hitter. And that's in the dirt, and it's 1-2.
Almost hit him in the back foot.
Behind home plate is Brian O'Nora. Then it's Kellogg, Tom Payne, and Porter.
And Brian O'Nora is a high ball guy, and he doesn't give a lot of inside strikes to either the righty or the lefty. He'll give you some width on the outside part of the plate. And because of that, it's a little bit of a weird zone. But he likes the belt high strike.
And there's that breaking ball blocked by Posey. And this game starts off with a strikeout.
Big breaking ball down the dirt. Another back foot follows up a back foot with another back foot. And the aggressive Adam Jones, victim number 1.
So here's J.J. Hardy. J.J. Hardy hit down in the lineup last night when 1 for 4. But against the lefty, he's at the top of the lineup. And the pitch. And it's a strike on the outside corner, hitting .278. 5 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Hardy really has not played a full season. He was dinged up. And he takes in tight. The only hitter in this lineup that has ever faced Bumgarner is Trumbo. And Trumbo has had 17 at bats against Bumgarner. Everybody else, this is the first time. Advantage.
Well, it's a big advantage for Bumgarner. I mean, they don't know his stuff. And the other thing, too, they get a lot of right-handed power in this club. They like to get extended. They're middle-away guys. And the natural fastball that Bumgarner has got a little flat cut that'll run in on the hands of these righties. If he's getting that inside strike at the belt, he's going to have a good night. And remember, Onora's a high ball guy.
And this is high. It's 3-1. Hardy's a guy that's got some power. First saw him with the Milwaukee Brewers. And he's got an open stance with Machado to follow. 3-2.
It's not easy to see. You can see the background. It is not going to favor the hitter for a while. Madison Bumgarner pitch usage, the cutter and the fastball. So about 84% of the time you're going to see something hard coming at you. And then the curveball is probably his best breaking ball. The cutter is also a slider.
Nunez gets a big hop. And his throw is dug out by Belt. 2 down.
Time now for a greater coverage of baseball. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. And Madison Bumgarner, his last outing, a complete game, 8 innings, 2-hitter. Gives up 1 run, and he lost it. His 4th complete game of the season, and is tied for most of the major leagues with Boston's Stephen Wright, White Sox Chris Sale, and his teammate Johnny Cueto.
I forgot what a good curveball they had that day. Actually, good everything.
It was good everything. 113 pitch complete game.
Here's Machado hitting at 307. He rolls it foul. Hit one during batting practice. He hit it over everything.
He hit the ball between the little AT&T Park and the Coca-Cola stand. And we don't see many go up where he hit him. Hit it.
He didn't actually look that impressed.
No, I think he does it all the time. So right in here, that's a bolt.
Two for 5 in the game last night. And here he pops it up. Belt is going to give chase. But that's going to drift out of play. Trumbo would hit next if Machado reaches. This game just got started. And this is struck well into center field. Span on the move. Span at the wall, and he makes the catch. And that's going to end the inning. Kid's unbelievable. Whew.
You're late.
Oh, come on.
Hold on. I may want to review this.
He's late.
See if we have this on video.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good challenge.
Got it right here, Boach.
See? Hand on desk, button seat. We got it right.
Hey, can we review my test next?
Well, it's a 0-0 ball game. And now the Giants are coming up, and this is the lineup that'll be facing Kevin Kosman. It'll be Span, Pagan, who's hot right now, then Belt, Posey, and Crawford. Hunter Pence will hit 6th, then it's Nunez, Panic, and Bumgarner.
On the hill tonight for the Orioles will be the right-hander Kevin Gausman, 6'3", 190-pounder, and he is in his 3rd year at the big league level. He is 25 years of age, and when you take your at-bats against him, you're going to see a mid to high 90s fastball with 2 and 4 seam. He's got a great curveball. It's his best specialty pitch. And he's also got a split. He'll throw all those things at you. For Gausman, he has never pitched against the Giants. Averaged just under a strikeout an inning against just 29 walks, 112 strikeouts. Lets you have an idea of just what kind of stuff he has. Let's take a look at who's playing behind him defensively. Starting in the Orioles outfield from left to right, it'll be Reimold, Jones, and Trumbo, the best arm in center field. Hardy and Machado on the left side of the infield. Scope, Davis right side, and Caleb Joseph. He'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
So here's Span. Span 1 for 4. He doubled in the game yesterday, hitting at .261. And the first pitch is a ball. Span and Nunez are the only 2 Giants hitters in this lineup that have ever seen Gausman before. Span is 3 for 6 lifetime. I guess those pitches are wide. It's 2-0.
Yeah, he's not missing by a whole lot. Gausman almost looks like he's out of the stretch. Very abbreviated windup.
3-0.
The longer it takes you to throw a strike, the harder it is to throw a strike.
And he comes in and hits the outside corner. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Pagan, just underway. Same pitch.
A little inconsistent. And right away, Span's got a right to make a little bit of a complaint, because early in the game, in the at bat, I mean, this was called a ball.
Well, it's not a strike. Well, it's going to force you to have to swing at this one if it's out there again. And this is lined to left, and coming in is Reimold. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, gentlemen. Bruce Bochy yesterday using the word scuffling to describe his offense since the All-Star break last night. Buster Posey weighed in on the team's offensive struggles. He said, we'll get a couple of games where we score 5, 6, 7, 8 runs, but we're not doing it consistently enough. Keep on going. I think we have the ability to get on a good streak. That's the way we've got to look at it. That's our Geico quote, guys. No other way to look at it, really.
No other way. Here's Pagan.
Keep working, stay positive.
Pagan hitting at .286, 8 home runs, 40 runs batted in. With Belt on deck. Orioles have won 2 games in a row. That's after they dropped 3 straight to the A's. They won the final game of that 4-game series against the A's, and then of course winning last night by a score of 5-2. So Pagan, something in his eye, and gave Honora a chance to give him some time by cleaning home plate, which was clean.
Well, it's just a courtesy.
2-0.
Umpires just staying busy.
Belt to follow. Well, back-to-back hitters now, 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, it's not the recipe for success. But clearly he does not look comfortable with the mound yet.
And the walk. So here's Belt. Belt is not one to help pitchers out. Belt last night 1 for 4. He knocked in a run. Did that late in the game. Belt was going to get after that first pitch and fouled it out of play.
Well, he was looking at the fastball in. And he got what he was looking for. I mean, from Gausman's perspective, and that's exactly where he wants to put 95 miles per hour, on the corner, on the hands. You have a batter like Belt, who's 6'5", you don't want to let him get extended. But he's quicker than on the inside corner than most 6'5" guys.
Belt with an average of 279. He's got 58 runs batted in.
Right now it is miserable to be playing in center field and right field. The center field is the one that's really tough.
See, as Mike talking about, you can see the long shadows.
And he's looking almost right in the sun, and it's extremely bright. There isn't a pair of sunglasses dark enough to really give you full protection against that sun.
Two and two.
Good split. Feel a lot more splits to lefties than righties.
Orioles are wearing the Giants Friday night tops.
And the Giants are wearing the Orioles Friday night tops. Kind of flip-flop the top.
Got him.
96 to him right above the hands. He just reach back and blow a 4-seam fastball right through him. Head stays still. A little bit of an uppercut, and he took advantage of it.
Buster Posey at 288, 12 home runs, 54 driven in. And 0 for 3 last night for Buster. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Pagan's got 11 steals on the year. He may go. He thought about it, and it's low.
There's Will the Thrill next to Rusty Phillips, one of the best camera people in the country. We got a lot of them on this crew that rank at the top of the heap, and we're very proud of all of them. Will Clark just taking a few lessons.
At some point, I want you to rank him for me.
I will.
Okay.
I can do that.
Let anybody know how that went. Out of play. 1 and 2.
Gausman pretty quick out of the stretch. I had him at 1.09 seconds, which is faster than average. Average is 1.25. This is what Gausman throws and how he uses his pitches. Fastball almost 70% of the time, and the splitter more to lefties, as we mentioned, and the slider more to righties. But he thinks off the fastball. It's a good one.
Back. Well, no one knows how tough it is to see than a guy hitting, because he caught Bumgarner in the top of the first inning. This little one could care less. Yeah. Okay. Great. All right.
A big Buster Posey fan.
Back to the game. 2-2. Pagan with a 1-out walk. He's at second now with 2 down. And the 2-2 to Posey. And a full count. It's a tough pitch to take when it's hard to see.
Well, and you're not getting the benefit of a different type of spin like you see on a curveball or a slider. The changeup he's throwing is identical to the rotation you see on the fastball. Just not a time of night that favors the hitter.
Pagan goes, and Crawford's going to hit.
And that winds up being a good at bat.
Now here's Crawford.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with what's happened here the last 10 starts or so with Bumgarner, where the team has not been scoring any runs for him, offenses have a tendency to press. I mean, they really want to give him some runs early. I mean, help him out. You know, the guy throws a complete game 2-hitter and loses. I mean, that doesn't just wear on Bumgarner, it wears on every one of these guys.
Crawford on the ground to second. It'll be Scope. And Scope on to first, and they'll end the inning. Giants strand a pair. Trumbo to lead things off. Well, today around 1 o'clock, it was the Gaylord Perry statue dedication, and it was really wonderful. A great crowd turned out, and Gaylord had a chance to get some things off of his chest, and then we saw the statue, and I think it looks pretty good. So
like that follow through.
Good follow through.
Yeah.
Gaylord is with us, so Gaylord, welcome.
Thank you.
So it was a big day for you.
Yes, it was.
You'd be thrilled for you and your family, and
yes,
and the other guys
special.
that have statues. They were all there, so congratulations. Yeah. That was great. Here's Trumbo, by the way, and Trumbo on the first pitch hits this one a mile in the air, and when it comes down, Crawford's going to catch it. So, well, thank you for that. I have to tell you something, though. When I played with you in '74 and '75, I never thought that you were going to be that good.
The reason I was that good is y'all made me that way. You made double plays when I had to.
You like to finish what you started, though, didn't you?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
303 complete games.
Yeah.
He had 2 years in a row. He had 29 complete games in each year.
I didn't get a raise.
You see,
you need a new agent,
I'm
pal.
going with the story that you didn't trust the bullpen. That was it. You trusted yourself more.
Well, I think maybe once in my career I says I think the guy in the bullpen might have better stuff. I'm not sure of that, but I think so. You know, the rest of them, that guy ain't got nothing. I got more than him.
Yeah, even if it was the ninth inning, his belt makes the cut. When you look back at your Giants years, when you looked around, did you see all these Hall of Famers and say, yeah, you know what? This has to be one of the greatest group of guys I've ever played with.
That's right. I wanted to stay there. You had the center fielder was a Hall of Famer. You had the first baseman Hall of Famer. Wherever Cepeda played while I was here was there. And then you just had the most feared hitter at first base in McCovey. So we was going to get some runs.
Yeah.
So if I can, and I won a lot of my games in the 8th and 9th inning. So I figured I wanted to pitch a complete game because getting the win was my best shot.
Yeah. 2 outs. Here's Chris Davis. 2 quick outs for Bumgarner. Davis hitting .223, and he takes a call strike.
Gee, we're talking about William Barron's, the sculptor that did your statue.
Yes.
And he said it was his favorite. Does that have anything to do with the fact that both you guys were from North Carolina?
Probably did a whole lot. Carolina boys got to stick together.
Well, you got one out on the mound that throws the ball pretty doggone
Yes,
good.
he does. He's only about 60 miles from where I am, over close to Hickory. And I love the way he pitches. I love the way he thinks what he should do out there. He's not afraid.
Well, he certainly doesn't pitch afraid. You're exactly right, as that fastball is high. 2-2.
But did you visit William Barron's when he was
Yes,
doing this?
we live about an hour and a half from him. And I was over there 3 times going over and getting the stockings right, getting the hand right, to get the gloves where I could catch the ball instead of having it behind you, you know. So we talk baseball. He's a very intelligent baseball man.
He's a
Really
big
is.
Giants fan. He watches a lot of games.
Oh, yes, he does. But it was quite exciting to go to his house and see the big room he had because it's so tall, you know. But he did all of them out here, as you know.
Yeah, he said it took about a year for yours. Everybody else is like 2 months.
Well, I wanted mine bigger, see.
And the walk to Chris Davis. So that's the first base runner. And now Khalib Joseph is going to hit.
But what does it feel like when you see the veil pulled off the statue and you're enshrined forever in the hearts and minds of Giants fans? What's that mean to you?
It really hasn't soaked in yet. I think maybe in the next couple of days it will. Maybe while I'm on the airplane going back to North Carolina, I says, man, what a trip, you know. You just think about that. And you look out here like the 36 is retired, and then the statue. It's awesome. It really is.
Here's Joseph, who takes a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. No score. We're with Gaylord Perry, who now has a statue outside this ballpark.
So your statue right next to Cepeda, so you guys will have a few conversations, I would imagine.
Yeah, we're kind of needling each other right now who's got the best statue. And
this one is cued off the end of the bat, and it's going to be a base hit. Here's our Togos. Big play the Togos way. September 17th, 1968. Gaylord Perry no-hit the Cardinals. He had 2 walks. He had 9 strikeouts. And here's
the
Kurt
pitch to
Flood.
Flood. Strike 3 called. It's a no-hitter for Gaylord Perry. Gaylord Perry gets his name in the record book with the 2nd no-hitter in the history of the San Francisco Giants.
Pretty good sinker there.
And the next day, what happened?
Ray Washburn pitched a no-hitter against us, and I only had a few hours to enjoy it, man. Gee, you know, my family was back in North Carolina getting ready to go to school, and I was just out here by myself. But next morning, I went out to the ballpark early. Herman Franks came in, since his grandmother could have hit that stuff I threw up there. So we had a lot of fun with Herman. Herman was a great manager for us.
Yeah, Mike has, knew Herman very well from his Cubs days.
He brought me into the big leagues. He was my first manager.
Yeah.
It's 1-0 to Nolan Reimold with runners at first and second. 2 outs, 2 quick outs, and then a walk and a single. And Bumgarner with a fastball on the inside corner. You gotta like Bumgarner. He pretty much lives with the fastball.
Yeah. Well, you have to have a good one, because the hitter has to make up his mind real quick. So if you got a good fastball and then you got a so-so curve, you're gonna win a lot of ball games.
1 ball and 1 strike. We're with Gaylord Perry. And this one slowly hit, and it'll be Panic who's going to make the play, and that's going to end the inning. Gaylord, thanks for stopping by. You're awesome.
Thank you.
And I
See you
appreciate
guys.
everything you've done for us. Thank you.
Giants baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. Get a free road trip day pack with a AAA insurance quote. Go to AAA.com/road trip or a AAA branch for details. Restrictions apply.
Well, the 7th annual San Francisco Giant race will be presented by Blueprint for athletes, and it's going to be Sunday, September 11th. So finish your race out right here on the field, AT&T Park. Races include half marathon, a 10K, 5K, kids race, or family relay distances. All participants get a Brandon Crawford runner bobblehead. So enter now at giantrace.com.
Here's Hunter Pence. And Pence takes a strike, hitting at .275. 7 home runs, 37 driven in. With Eduardo Nunez and then Joe Panic. Oh, Hunter Pence, the baseball magnet.
He is the baseball magnet. Hit one on the road trip, or hit home plate, came up and popped him in the eye. That's why he still got the shiner.
This one get him. Oh,
still in the shoulder.
Almost got him in the other eye. One and two.
Change up or split, and had him way out front. So 3 pitches. He's throwing him fastball, curveball, and a split. He's showing him what he's got. And that's his reach back velocity at 97. That's about where he tops out at.
And a full count. A lot of full counts, a lot of 3-ball counts.
A lot of pitches, and that's what it amounts to in the eyes of Dave Wallace, the pitching coach for the Orioles.
And the walk. All right, let's check out our cold hard facts, and it's brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Multiple Cy Young awards in the 70s. Jim Palmer had 3. He's about 30 feet over to our left. Gaylord Perry, who just left, 2. Carlton, 2. Ton Seaver, 2. And the only one to do it with 2 different teams was Gaylord. Cleveland in 72 and San Diego in 78. There's Jim Palmer.
And boy, is he fun to talk baseball with. And he'll go as long as you want. Half hour, 10 hours, it doesn't matter. He'll keep going.
He's the perfect house guest for Marty Lurie.
You're right. That's a good call.
Those 2 driving across country. Perfect. Oh, and 1 to Nunez. Nunez foul down the right field line into the seats. 0-2 with Joe Panic on deck. It's a happy group.
Yeah, everybody's happy.
It's in the arcade, isn't it?
They are in home run country. Hey, Pat Burrell's here.
Oh man, do I miss that guy.
Hey, he quit dyeing his hair.
0-2. He's gonna love that. Foul back. So you think when Burrell was here those 2 years his hair was really gray? Yeah, go ahead. If you're gonna play it out.
Absolutely.
I thought so. It looked like he was dyeing it.
Yeah, well, we do miss him.
One and 2 to Nunez.
Plain and simple. Without Pat Burrell, they don't win in 2010.
They do not. He brought something to the clubhouse that definitely was missing that year. Got him.
Split. Big time sink, and he gets the strikeout. Second strikeout for Gausman.
Here's Panic.
See, it's very similar to the rotation of the fastball. Instead, simply means that he's holding that split on his fingertips, so he's not choking it too deep in his fingers like a forkball. And that's the beauty of the split, is that it's so deceptive with this rotation.
Panic 1 for 3 last night, trying to get it going. And he takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Dodgers won today. 8-4 was the final. Garrett Cole really wasn't the Garrett Cole that we see. He got the loss. He's now 7-8. So Giants have to win today to keep first place all to themselves. 2-0.
Little by little, Joe Panic is piecing that strike zone back together. Starting to be more selective, getting better pitches to swing at. Not going out of the strike zone to chase. I mean, that's his strength as a hitter.
Swing and a miss.
Good split. Split figure fastball is legit right now that Gosman's got going.
I'm telling you, 30 years ago, if you had a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, you'd never throw that pitch right there, 2-0.
Well, there weren't that many 97-mile-an-hour fastballs around the league.
3-1. Hey, Mikey.
Yep, I'm here.
I think you need to start dry cleaning your uni.
No.
The wash machine's tearing it up.
That's lucky dirt right there.
It's 3-1. Hit well into left center field. And it's a one-hopper over the wall. Reimold totally messed it up. I don't know if he thought it was going to be Jones that was going to save the day.
I don't think Adam Jones ever saw it. And this is what the Giants have been waiting for. Opposite field, backspin. And Adam Jones, he never saw it. And that really is his territory. So Reimold being asked to come over a long way to his left, outside of his range. And really the effect of really tough sunshine right now in the face of Jones.
Well, and the Orioles catch a break that it actually bounced over the wall. Otherwise, Pence would have scored easily.
Orioles bringing the infield in.
So here's Bumgarner. And he breaks down on that swing, and it's no balls and one strike.
One more look at Reimold, the left fielder, coming over there, and he just never felt that comfortable with it either. I mean, it just really was more Adam Jones' play, and he never saw it.
One ball and one strike. He's at 96, was down close to the dirt. One ball and one strike. 180 for Bumgarner. He's 11 for 61 with 5 RBIs.
And I'm a little surprised that they're bringing the infield in this early in the game, especially with the offense that this team can generate. And that really is a little tip of the cap to what Buck Showalter, the skipper of the Orioles, feels about Madison Bumgarner.
1-2.
Pitcher strike right down around the knees, outside corner. I think what Bumgarner to say is, I want one of those when I'm on the mound.
Two and two. You'd almost think that Gosman is going to go back to that first pitch he threw Bumgarner.
Yeah, he opened it up with a curveball.
Got him.
96th him right above the belt. 3 strikeouts his first time through the lineup for Gosman. Just reach back and below. And he threw it right by him. Bumgarner late.
Here's Span. Span lined out to left in the first inning. Pence is at third. Panic is at second.
So, second time through the lineup, you had an idea to stand in there and see what he's got, what the movement on his fastball is. You really do have to think about all 3 of the pitches Gosman has: the fastball, the curveball, and the split, because he's getting them over.
Two and 0. And a base hit into center field. Pence scores. Panic scores. Span with a single to knock in a pair, and the Giants lead 2-0. The elusive hit.
And they break the streak of scoreless innings while they're playing with Madison Bumgarner, and we're going to make it our Ford Wright choice. This is not just another 2 RBI base hit with 2 outs. They were not scoring runs for Bumgarner, and this breaks the spell. So a great at bat from Span, and that's our Ford Wright choice.
Well, he got ahead in the count, and he got a good pitch to hit. And here's Pagan. Angel Pagan drew a walk in the first. Davis knocks it down. And yeah, that's probably a rule book strike, but called high.
It's kind of a different strike zone than what we saw Honora have the last couple times. I mean, he was calling everything at the belt. That's right what he normally would call a strike. Tonight he's got a lower zone. But you're right, by rule book definition, that's a strike.
Uh-oh.
Timeout as Dave Wallace, the pitching coach. I think he sees something mechanical here. He's going to come in there and make a correction. Next pitch that Gausman's going to throw is going to be number 50. That's a lot of work in 2 innings.
See how Dave Wallace departs. This is going to determine whether it's my favorite coach and manager and pitching coaches. Yep, it is. As far as opposition.
Jogging back. He's taking that 30-second timer seriously.
See Buck Showalter last night?
Yeah.
He was running out there.
Let's go. Pace of play.
Stock goes up.
Hey, I'm here.
Two balls, no strikes.
Gotta think if I have any relatives here tonight.
If you don't, you certainly have a lot of friends. Or you're cleaning out your closet and you started handing out stuff you didn't want anymore.
I always want a jersey. Always.
Well, Belt's going to hit another walk.
Another walk, and the pitch total just keeps climbing. 4 walks.
Belt struck out in the first. Maybe, just maybe, a little easier to see.
Well, it's definitely a little bit easier to see for Adam Jones out in center field. He's finally in the shadows. So his vision has improved. Still going to have some shine on the batter's eye out in center field if you're taking your at-bats. That's going to be for another 20 minutes or so.
Belt foul, out of play.
Back foot right to the back line of that batter's box, as most hitters will get.
Outside 1-2. Posey would hit if Belt extends the inning. Giants have scored twice. A 2-out base hit. Denard Span. Down the left field line, Machado over, and it drops.
And that is a rarity right there, folks.
Yeah, we got Candlestick.
And the winds, as we so often will see, once they get over towards the fence line, they'll start working its way back to the field, and that's what that did. Take a look at our Exmo. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. And even the great Machado, as good as he is with the glove, could not overcome the wind-blowing pop-up.
New life for Belt. Two and two. Buster Posey waiting in the wings. And that'll end the inning. So Denard Span gets the big base hit as he drives one right back up the middle, and it knocks in Pence and Panic. Giants lead 2-0.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Here at the corner of 3rd and King, it's a 2-0 lead for the Giants. That was the San Mateo bridge, and here's Gausman who takes a strike. The bridge that we all forget about. The San Mateo Bridge.
It's your ace in the hole bridge.
Out of play. Once they widened the San Mateo Bridge, probably 10, 12 years ago, it's made a huge difference.
If the Bay Bridge is a mess, you always can fall back to your ace in the hole, the San Mateo Bridge.
Well, the Bay Bridge is never a mess.
Well,
and they always choose appropriate times to mess with the Bay Bridge.
Did I just pick a scab?
Yeah, you did.
Hey, Gaylord's here.
The old flannels.
36, retired forever. No Giant will ever wear it again.
And that is a pretty good curveball.
Well, Kevin Gausman didn't get a lot of chance to do it in the American League, and this one starts at his shoulder and it crashes in the strike zone. Winds up being a rough at bat. Kind of reminds us of Jeremy Affeldt, the way he took that.
Absolutely. Although Affeldt would never throw that to a pitcher. He would. Here's Jones. Jones struck out to open up the ball game. And he rolls this one to 3rd. Nunez. The thing about Adam Jones is he swings like he's always got an early dinner date.
Yeah, it's like a 9 o'clock B game. 9 in the morning B game at spring training.
I mean, it's not hurt him. He's got 23 home runs, 67 runs batted in. Kind of the shades of the old Pirates. Remember how they used to just hack?
They would hack.
J.J. Hardy takes a strike.
That 79 We Are Family team, the motto they had was lumber and lightning. They could run and they could swing it. And they were aggressive.
Bumgarner says, well, wait a minute. You call that a strike on me?
Yeah, he's shaking his head.
On the ground, fair. It's going to carry him and then die as Pagan picks it up. So it'll be a double. A 2-out double, and Machado's going to hit.
Take a look at the, like a little cutter down and in. And Hardy just spins on it. Wasn't a whole lot that Nunez could do. He was playing off the line. And it goes right over the bag. And it doesn't have to land fair. Once it hits fair, it goes over the base. If it goes in foul territory, that's a fair ball.
Yep. So here's Machado, who nearly knocked one out to straightaway center field in the first inning. It was caught by Span. And he takes a breaking ball down low. Two hits for the Orioles. Joseph and now Hardy. And that's hooked foul.
Heads up.
It's a ball and a strike. Popped him up. It's either Belt or Posey. It's Belt who's doing the pop-up dance, and that'll end the inning. Posey's going to lead things off.
We wanted to take a bold new approach this season, so we asked Joe Panic to create his own commercial.
You all joke around way too much. Just show some great Giants baseball. Start with some solid defense.
Panic's going to have to charge. Got him.
Add a few home runs.
It is out of here.
Gotta have a high-five montage. And end it with a nice walk-off win.
And this game is over.
You're welcome.
That's actually not half bad.
Giants baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by First 5 California. Talk, read, sing. It changes everything.
Well, the Pirates are coming to San Francisco Monday for a 3-game series. That Monday, August 15th, is a 7:15 game, and Ryan Vogelsong will be on the hill for the Pirates. Tuesday, also a 7:15 game. Then Wednesday, it's a day baseball game, 12:45. You need tickets, go to sfgiants.com/tickets. Oh yeah, that hat, it never gets old. 2-0 Giants as we go into the bottom of the third inning.
And Buster Posey takes the first pitch down low. For the Giants, it'll be Posey, Crawford, and Pence. A good spot if you want to add on. They lead 2-0. Buster Posey drew a walk in the first.
Much easier to see now.
Yeah. Rick Papa asked us what inning. I said maybe the fourth, so I was off.
You said third or fourth.
Third or fourth, did I? Thanks.
Yeah, you're right on.
That's it. Gosman turned his back on Brian O'Nora.
Well, he's throwing a lot of pitches. That was number 60, and he's getting a little frustrated. But he really hasn't been pinched.
Three and one. 1, 2, 3, 4 walks and 61 pitches. I'm sure that is driving Buck Showalter nuts.
Well, if you're in the bullpen for the Orioles, you know it's going to come your way early. And the pitch count's going to dictate that. 5 walks now. Second inning in a row that he's walked the leadoff hitter. And 62 pitches.
Crawford saw 1 pitch and bounced out to second. Posey walks for the second time. And a called strike. Hunter Pence is on deck. We are in the home half of the third inning. Early start tonight at 6 o'clock. 6:06. Two balls and or make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Jeff Idelson was back in town for the Gaylord Perry statue ceremony. Jeff, of course, is the president of baseball's shrine. It's Hall of Fame. 1-1 to Crawford.
Wow, that's a low strike right there.
Now Bruce Bochy's barking.
Well, I mean, Honora has not been consistent. I mean, this is not a strike.
Well, you swing at that, you hit a ground ball to second.
That's the whole idea. That's why Gosman's been throwing him down there, and I don't expect it to be any different now.
Got him.
So changeup for a strike. He comes back with 96-mile-an-hour fastball and blows it by him. And that's strikeout number 5. So 5 walks, 5 strikeouts for Gosman, and a lot of pitches.
I mentioned Jeff Idelson. We gave him some grief about Crawford's 7-hit game, and then he took his bat. There's Jeff with Juan Marichal, and he hunted us down today.
Well,
and he said, I heard all about it. I said, well, we were just kidding. He said, yeah, you were, but the folks that listened to you didn't think you were kidding. But he is the man when it comes to the Hall of Fame. And he loves his Hall of Famers. Pence with a half swing. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
well, he does, and he. When you see Jeff Idelson a lot, there's something good happening.
Something's going on
wherever you're at. And when we first saw him in Miami, it was because of Ichiro's 3,000th hit. He was collecting some memorabilia for the museum, and while he was there, Brandon Crawford had a 7-hit night, one of 6 guys in Major League history to do it. And then, of course, today with the unveiling of the statue of Gaylord Perry, Jeff Idelson here. So I hope we keep seeing him.
2 balls and 1 strike.
He's got the greatest job in the world. Curator of Cooperstown.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
I mean, that's a good split. It's been good since the first inning. Way out in front.
Posey with his lead, 1 out. And Pence out swinging. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys, talking about Jeff Idelson, I had a chance to catch up with him as well, and he added a little bit to chasing you down, Duane, to talk to you about what you said about taking Crawford's bat. He said he came out here to see Gaylord Perry salute his statue, and then he took the opportunity to give Brandon Crawford his lifetime pass to the Hall of Fame since he donated that bat to the Hall. He also said he never misses a chance to come to San Francisco. There's a ton of staff here with the Giants that used to work for the Yankees, in which Jeff Idelson used to work there as well. So he said he always gets a chance to catch up with his friends. Guys.
Nunez fouls it back. Yeah, thanks, Amy. He's a good one.
Well, it's an awesome responsibility to try and preserve the history of baseball and present it in a way that is well received and appreciated. So there's a lot that comes his way.
Pop back and out of play. It's 0-2. Plus, he has to figure out a really nice way to say no when a ball player comes up and said, hey, look, I had a great day. You want my bat?
No.
No, that we're good. We get enough of those.
But he's got Brandon Crawford's bat, the one he got 7 hits with.
Said he did not actually ask Crawford for his bat. He asked Matt Chisholm to ask Crawford for his bat. So then I said, oh, I mean, great.
Like that's the difference.
Throw Chisholm under the bus. 1-2 to Nunez. Down low. Two balls, 2 strikes.
If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, the Hall of Fame wants your glove, your bat, your shoes, whatever, you're going to give it to them.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I'm going to give my gamer to the Hall of Fame.
If it means you're going to have a little chunk of history preserved in Cooperstown, you bet you are.
No, I'm not. I'll pay for my pass. And they're going to say Nunez went around, so he strikes out for the second time, and Gausman strikes out the side. Bumgarner coming out, 2-0 Giants.
Giants baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Caltrans Stormwater. Keep our highways clean. Protect our water. ProtectEveryDrop.com.
Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition and is live on CSNBayArea.com. You can log on each week. Is insider Alex Pavlovich. He talks baseball, and it's also available on iTunes. Here's Trumbo. And Bumgarner starts him off with a pitch high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Trumbo, Scope, Davis. 3 guys that have 33, 17, and 24 home runs. And a strike. And that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Each team with 2 hits. Giants picked up their 2 runs on a 2-out base hit from Denard Span. A half swing by Trumbo, and it's 1-2.
Jeff Kellogg, crew chief, says, oh, yeah, he swung. The Orioles, since June 30th, have really kind of sputtered offensively. They're averaging 3.5 runs a game, and that's significant when you consider where they play. Camden Yards is an offensive ballpark. A lot of home runs go out of Camden Yards.
Got him. Trumbo's not buying it. Here's the scope.
Wrap around breaking ball. It comes on the outside corner. Did it cross the plate? No. But Buster Posey never moves his glove. Boom. And Brian O'Nora goes right with the reception.
I don't know if you can hit that unless you wait till the last second to swing.
Well, I mean, I think your best bet is catcher's interference, because you can't hit that pitch.
Scope popped out to Belt, and he pops it up. Pops it up to deep left field. 2 outs.
There's some serious wind up there tonight. We saw it on the pop-up that affected the play with Manny Machado, and then here with Angel Pagan. I mean, he's a seasoned veteran of the winds of Northern California, and that was not a routine play.
Here's Davis. Davis drew a walk in the second. Giants will now put an overshift on with Chris Davis. 62 RBIs, 24 home runs. He hit one last night. He's got one of those easy swings. And well, that ball's not going to make it. And then it carries out of the park.
Yeah, he puts you to sleep with his lower body. I mean, he's as relaxed below the belt. I mean, in the way he positions himself, just really sets himself up to use his hands. And that's where he has tremendous ability with his hand strength to generate bat speed. And he can hit it out all over the ballpark. And we're talking foul line to foul line, home run power. Legit. Slide uppercut, like a lot of home runs historically have had, but it just never looks like he's swinging hard.
1-2.
He swings like it's the first round of BP, and he's not loose.
Yeah, you always think the bat's going to go flying out of his hand. Fastball high. It's 2-2. That was a 93 on the gun here, 92 on our Comcast gun.
You look at how he lays that bat in his hands, just a real light grip, kind of the way Will Clark used to do it.
And a full count.
I'd like to see Brandon Belt take a little bit of his grip off of how he handles the bat. He really grips it tight. The lighter the grip, the heavier the bat head. The tighter the grip, the lighter the bat head.
Got him. A challenge, and that'll end the inning. 4 strikeouts for Bumgarner. For the Giants, as you take a look at the McCovey statue, Panic will lead things off. All right, here's our McDonald's True Stories. On this date in 2004, our old friend JT Snow said, you know what, I'm about ready to hit 3 home runs in a game. And he did. First inning off of Brett Myers. Amori Telemaco in the 5th. Telemaco again in the 7th. Snow had 1 more at bat in the game, but he struck out in the 9th off of Roberto Hernandez. And oh, by the way, the Giants won 16-6. That was maybe the first year of that park.
I think it was.
Close to it.
And it really hasn't changed a whole lot since they opened the doors. It's still offensive as.
I mean, I think they moved the fences back a little bit.
It's a home run yard.
So here's Panic. Joe Panic doubled in the 2nd inning. Hit a ball on the track that Reimold and Jones had a hard time picking up. And he takes a pitch down low with Madison Bumgarner on deck. And then Denard Span. Kevin Kosman. Pitch number 78. And it's in the dirt. It's 2-0. Look at this guy.
Yeah, he's
got. No, you got to run. Yep.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, just
take
gonna
the
run.
shortcut. That's what I wanted to do a few times. Oh my God.
He's safe. I love that age.
That's the perfect age.
What do you think about 18 months to 21 months, somewhere in there? I don't think he's quite 2 yet.
Probably right around there.
Could be.
That's the age where you could tell them to do just about anything, and they're going to go off and do it.
And they'll be committed to it too.
As long as mom's in the room. 3-1 to Panic. And the walk. And Gosman thought he had a strike.
3rd inning in a row, he has walked the leadoff hitter.
So here's Bumgarner. Struck out in the 2nd inning on a high fastball. Bumgarner's looking down to Roberto Kelly for a sign, and Roberto reluctantly gave him one.
Well, there's no guarantee he's going to bunt, but it is a bunt situation.
There's the Lego Bumgarner. I think they nailed it.
But yeah, that is so cool. And he's throwing to the Lego Posey.
Span to follow. In tight, 1 ball and no strikes. And Bumgarner did show bunt. We are in the home half of the 4th inning on a Saturday night. Glad you joined us for game 2 of this 3-game series. See if Bumgarner shows bunt again. He does, and he takes a strike.
Go down Roberto Kelly, see if that bunt sign's been taken off. Hoping that the bunt sign has been taken off.
Nope. 2 balls and a strike. It's kind of interesting listening to Gaylord. You mentioned somebody like Bumgarner, both from North Carolina. Gaylord knows just about how many miles all these guys live from his house.
Of course.
Well, he's about 60 miles. And
Yeah,
the guy that did the statue, how many miles?
About an hour and a half. Bumgarner, he's down there in Hickory. I mean, it's almost like everybody in the state of North Carolina knows one another.
Yeah, their own personal GPS. They know the distance and how long it's going to take. Two and two.
That exploded right in on him. The movement, two-seam fastball running right up, and that's where you're supposed to throw guys in bunt situations.
Yeah.
High fastballs.
Yeah, it's also where you got to watch out for your top fingers, your top hand.
Yeah, you're right.
You see guys get pinched a lot. So it's 2 and 2. Pennick opened up the inning with a walk. And now it's 3 and 2.
86 pitches with nobody out here in the fourth inning. I mean, whether they want to or not, sooner or later the Orioles are going to have to open up a can of bullpen. They're just going to have to because of the pitch count. And every pitch has seemed like it's had stress on it for Gausman. He hasn't had any easiness to any inning.
Got him. So that's 8 strikeouts now for Gausman. Kind of made a perfect 3-2 pitch, didn't he?
Yeah, can't argue with it. It's not like he hasn't called that pitch a strike before tonight. That's right there.
So here's Span. Span knocked in the only 2 runs in this game with a base hit in the second.
Now he's the guy that had the most lifetime experience against Gausman. The only 2 guys that had at bats against him were he and Eduardo Nunez.
So it went right back up the middle.
And they tried to throw the fastball above the belt up around the letters, and he just left it. And that's the problem with the high fastball. When you want to call that pitch as a catcher, if you miss low like Gausman did, you're going to pay for it.
Into center field, Jones coming in, and he's going to make the running catch. Span has hit the ball hard now 3 times, and that'll bring up Pagan. Pagan has walked twice. Once the sun goes down, it drops about 10 degrees.
Air conditioning kicks on.
Pagan takes ball low, 1 ball and no strikes. Mentioned earlier, Dodgers won today. They won at Dodger Stadium. 8-4 was the final. Two and 0. Gausman is due up 3rd in the top of the 5th. He's got 92 pitches.
Well, 8 strikeouts and 6 walks will wreak havoc on your pitch count, which it has.
Well, he's a pitch away from facing Belt for the 3rd time. Three-0 pitch, here it is. And a strike.
taken all the way. Funny game. You talk about Denard Span having 3 at-bats, hitting the ball hard all 3 times, been on base once. Pagan hadn't hit the ball at all, and he's been on base twice in 2 at-bats, and he's a ball away from being on 3 times without swinging the bat.
3-2.
There's opportunity here with all the stress throws that Gausman has had. I mean, sooner or later, it's going to take its toll on you. You're going to make some mistakes because of fatigue. There's a lot of stress throws. The whole night's been out of the stretch just about for Gausman.
Panik will go 3-2. He goes. Fouled out of play. He'll come back.
Giants trying to add on. Something that has really not been easy for them to do at all since the start of the second half of the season.
Runner goes, and he got him. And that's strikeout number 9. How about that? Bumgarner coming back out.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Wendy's. Choose a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger or Crispy Chicken BLT in Wendy's 4-for-4 meal at participating Wendy's for limited time.
MLB TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, includes a free subscription to At Bat Premium, #1 app for live baseball. You go to MLB.tv for details.
Here's Caleb Joseph, and he takes a strike. He singled off of Bumgarner in the second. The Orioles have 2 hits in this game, and Joseph has one of them. It's odd. The Giants have 2 hits in the game, but they've also walked 5 times, as there's a swing and a foul back. Giants have walked 6 times.
Well, and really only one of those walks have scored, so in that regard the Orioles have dodged some bullets.
This is pulled on the ground, foul. Nolan Ryman on deck, and then with, as this is popped out to right for Hunter Pence, and Hunter Pence will put it away. Bullpen is up, so that would lead you to believe that Gausman will be pinch hit for here in the 5th.
Well, Gausman winds up having one of the more unique lines, if indeed his night is over. 4 innings, 2 hits, couple runs, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. So you see Vance Worley.
So Ryman takes high.
He's got the very color coordinated with the glasses.
Yeah.
And he was always that way when he was with the Phillies.
Buck Showalter's got a pitcher's on deck, and it's not Gausman, it's Yovani Gallardo.
Who can hit?
Yes, he can. Chop towards the hole, but cut off by Nunez, who spins and throws. Got him as Belt stays on the bag. Nice play.
Think about Nunez, as Giants fans are learning, watching him play third base. He's got a good arm. 360, sets up, let her go.
And
nice stretch.
Always nice to have that guy with that wingspan at first base.
Yeah, 6'5" first basemen are a commodity for infielders for that reason.
Here's Gallardo. Giants saw a lot of Gallardo when he was a starter in Milwaukee, and yes, he can hit. I mean, we're not talking about he can hit like he could just throw out a few base hits. He's got some power.
Well, 12 lifetime home runs. That's credibility.
Top of the order's on deck. Swing. Ain't gonna miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I wouldn't expect Gallardo to be up there looking for a walk. He's going to hack. Remember, he's been American League here telling all his buddies he can hit.
1 and 2.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that. It's always a great night for ice cream, isn't it?
That's your kryptonite. 2 and 2.
Yes, it is.
This guy here needs a nap.
Well, 6 walks will do that to you. It'll make you yawn.
So a full count to Gallardo. 1 walk for Bumgarner. He walked Davis in the 2nd inning. Got him, and that'll end the inning. 5 strikeouts for Bumgarner. For the Giants, it'll be Belt to lead things off. It is the bottom of the 5th inning, and that means it's time for the Norcal Acura Grand Slam giveaway on CSN. Jeanette Hamilton. Well, Jeanette's going to win an Acura MDX if a Giants player hits a Grand Slam this inning. Go to AcuraNorCalDealers.com for more information on how to enter. Here's Bell facing Vance Worley. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up in brake experts.
Take a look at the numbers for Worley, who's a long man. He can do a lot of things for you. He can even spot start. He's got a fastball that's right around 90 with a curveball, slider, to changeup. Likes to work a quick pace, and he's a strike thrower with all of his pitches. Giants never really have done a whole lot with Worley.
No, he's put some good games against them. Belt rolls it to 2nd, and Hardy will knock it down and throw him out. So that'll go 6-3. Here's Posey. Buster's walked twice.
But Worley really is Baltimore's Yusmeiro Petit. The one thing you know about Worley, I mean, you're pretty much going to get some strikes. If you need him to pitch long, pitch a spot start, I mean, he can set up and he can even close.
Posey down the left field line, foul as he dug that one out.
And after you've seen Gausman throwing high 90s at you, you know, Worley is a guy that you have to make some serious adjustments to. I mean, he's going to give you a 90s fastball and a lot of off-speed stuff.
As he fouls it back.
I mean, what do you do if you're a hitter? You've seen a flame-on fastball. Now all of a sudden you see a guy who's a finesse guy. What adjustments do you make?
Well, you know that you can wait a little bit, and you know, that's always a good thing. Posey out of play. You can let the ball get in a little deeper. Crawford to follow. Curveball, and he got him. So Worley with a big breaking ball. 10th time that a Giant is struck out today.
Just a big curveball. Buster Posey, I'm sure, thought that was a little bit on the inside part of the plate. He freezes him, and then all of a sudden, an emergency swing attempt, and by then it's too late. It's by him.
Here's Crawford. Crawford is bounced out, and then in the third inning, Gausman struck him out. He takes low.
Well, he doesn't wait around. I mean, he's a get-it-go guy.
Crawford, a little pop-up into shallow right field. Scope is out, and he makes the catch.
Wow.
Over the shoulder, and that is going to end the inning. So the Giants go down in order. It'll be the top of the order coming up to face Bumgarner. Nice play by Scope. It's 2-0.
Great range for a second baseman. Wow.
Giants baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. Get a free road trip day pack with a AAA insurance quote. Go to AAA.com/road trip or a AAA branch for details. Restrictions apply.
Only 4 hits in the game. One of those hits for the Giants produced 2 runs. A Denard Span single. And now for Bumgarner, he'll be facing Adam Jones to lead off the 6th. And Jones tries to bunt, and it hit his hand. And Bumgarner's going to throw to first, and he's going to be out. So Jones is retired. Showalter's going to go out, but I don't think he's got much of an argument if Jones's hand was on the bat, because he ran right into it.
Well, and if his hand was on the bat and there was an attempt to swing, then if the ball hits your hand and it goes fair, then that's a big league hang with him. A bunt attempt.
We just got through talking about that.
Exactly. That cut fastball ran right up off the sweet spot and right into his hand, and it may have clipped the edge of his finger, but it doesn't make a difference. That's an attempt at a swing. And from the Giants' perspective, that's an easy out on a 1 pitch.
That's how you get pinched.
I mean, for Bumgarner, with that out here, with 1 out in the 6th, that's 63 pitches.
Well, I guess Buck Showalter is going to see if they want to take a look at this.
Well, you know, not much to look at. He swung at it. I mean, with the bunt attempt, that's like a swing.
So now a little discussion.
I mean, there's the bunt attempt. It's not like he's drawing the bat back. So what Buck Showalter is doing is go out there and talk to the guys. And I think what they're going to determine is whether or not it was indeed a swing. Not a reviewable play. I mean, you have to, if you're going to get, you can get a discussion, which is what they're doing, but I don't see this one getting changed.
Well, if this gets changed, I think you're going to see the Giants manager get thrown out of the game.
I don't see how they can change it. Tried to bunt at it.
Yeah, all right. Is it unanimous? Yep, unanimous.
Well, he may be contesting that the ball hit him in the knee and then went into fair territory. And if that's the case, then it's a foul ball. Watch what the ball does after it hits his finger. Does it hit the leg? And it does. And that's what they're contesting.
Good call. So it's a foul ball.
But it has to be something that one of the umpires saw. And if none of them saw it, then it won't change.
Well, they need to make a decision because the guy that's being punished here is Bumgarner.
And I don't know if any of the umpires saw that. And that's what we'll wait and find out. Now umpires can take a look at it. This is an umpire's discretion. And once they take a look at it, they're going to see that indeed it did hit the knee, and it's going to be a foul ball.
And this replay review is presented by Xfinity. And if you're Adam Jones, I guess you go back in the dugout and you try to figure out a way to get the feeling back in your hand.
Watch the left knee. And really, you can't see.
Sure, look
from that angle.
Other angle, it looked like it hit him.
From
the front
center field camera,
yeah,
it looked like it did hit him. And this is the one we're talking about here. And it does. It ruffles the uniform. So with umpire's discretion, now Bud Showar is going to go crazy. And he may get run out here. So it indeed winds up being a 1 out or 1 pitch out. And a break for the Giants. Well, after seeing the center field play, I can understand why Showalter's upset.
Yeah, I agree. So here's J.J. Hardy. And the pitch is down low. Now the replay review took 1 minute and 12 seconds. Everything else took about 8 minutes. Now it's up to Bumgarner to try to get back into a rhythm. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hardy doubled in the 3rd inning.
It has not been hard for Bumgarner to be in a rhythm, and he's been in a good one all night long, and that includes the 1st inning, which is always a concern when you know Bumgarner's history. There's a vulnerability to him, and it's always in that 1st inning, it seems. And once he locks into his rhythm, then he's tough.
Bumgarner wants a new baseball. Two and 2. This is the one we're talking about. You see, bunted it, and it went right off his knee.
There's no question.
So that's a foul ball. Three and 2. Manny Machado is on deck. You'd figure this would be something that J.J. Hardy could swing at, and he walked him.
2nd walk. And the point you make about Machado coming up, that's significant because now he has to face Machado with a man on and out of the stretch. He's upset because he had an advantage in the count and he lost him.
Machado has hit a fly ball to the wall in center field that was caught. And then he popped out to Belt in foul territory. One ball and no strikes. And a strike to even the count. At first is Hardy. Rocket. Span back. And Span off the top of his glove, and it rolls to the wall. He's going to get it back in, and now they're going to put on the brakes for Hardy. And that was a wise move.
I don't know if you can hit a ball any harder than that. This is a loud noise. And Span, he slowed down a bit, and then all of a sudden the ball starts to drift on him. And it hits in the pocket. He just cannot put a grasp on it. And if you're Hardy, you're kind of, should I stay? Should I go? And in the end, he can't score. So that's a bit of a break.
Here's Trumbo. Trumbo is popped out and struck out. Swing and a miss. 0-0.
Strikeout situation for Bumgarner, who has 5 of the night. One of those 5 is Trumbo in his last at bat.
Yeah, you got Trumbo looking.
Got him on a breaking ball that kind of wrapped around the outside corner, and then you're going to see him use that again at some point. I guarantee Trumbo hasn't forgot about it.
Runs that pitch up and in to even the count.
33 home runs, 84 RBIs. And you know what he's thinking in his mind right here, down 2-0.
Running through some signs. A little low. They're the location on the 33 home runs.
No, he's a middle end guy. The one he hit last night off Kane was right in that wheelhouse, middle end.
Popped him up. Buster Posey on a tough night for pop-ups, and he puts it away.
As good as a strikeout.
And that'll get your heart pumping if you're Buster Posey. Those are not easy.
You know the ball's going to drift back towards the playing field. And he really made that look pretty easy, and it wasn't.
So here's Jonathan Scope, who's 0 for 2, a pop-up and a fly ball to left. Hardy's at third, Machado's at second. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Watch Posey set that target late. And he'll wait till Bumgarner starts his motion before he sets that target, so it can't be relayed by Machado at second base to Scope.
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2.
92 elevated above the hands. Now you've got to go right back up there again with a high fastball. You can go back foot slider, throw it down and in. Scope's aggressive. He will chase on both ends of the strike zone, above it, below it.
Tried to get him to chase again. It's 1-2.
Next pitch, number 80 for Bumgarner.
Foul back. Another high fastball.
Ooh, and he was on it. right across the top of the letters on his chest, and he fouls it straight back. Just catching a piece. At least time to it.
Almost nipped him. It's 2-2. Staying up there.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to throw a strike here. He's got an open base and a left-hander in the on-deck circle.
And it squirts away, so it's 3-2.
So he's pitching to the scout report. I mean, he's gone up above the strike zone. He's gone down below it. And Scope, to his credit, is laid off him.
So it's 3-2. On the ground, foul.
Pretty good battle between these guys. Crowd is definitely into this at bat.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 3-2 count to Jonathan Scope. And he walked it. So here's Davis. Davis has walked and he struck out.
22 pitches this inning. And he used the open base.
No balls and 1 strike.
Fastball challenge right across the letters. You pitch him high, you try and take advantage of that little loop he's got. He's got an uppercut.
And it's out of play, so it's 0-2. Hardy is at third. Machado is at second. Scope is at first. Pence way out into Triple's alley. Got him. And that'll end the inning. Strikeout number 6 for Bumgarner. Pence to lead things off.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. Hurry in for Toyota's annual clearance event to get an incredible deal on the 2016 Toyota you want before they're gone. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, celebrating 70 years as your neighborhood paint store. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Well, the New York Mets coming to AT&T Park Thursday, August 18th through the 21st, and Saturday the 20th. We're giving away 2-for-1 flight vouchers, courtesy of Virgin America, to the first 40,000 fans. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets. Check it out.
Here's Hunter Pence. Pence walked and scored in the second, then struck out in the third. This is Vance Worley in his second inning of work. And the pitch to Pence is outside. On deck is Nunez. There's a Gaylord Perry autograph. Not a big.
On you, Gaylord. Had a babe. On you.
Pence takes one in tight. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Pence goes around 2-2. It was Gausman who started. He struck out 9. And he got him. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
Gentlemen, just a shout out to Jake Peavy, who has made one of the most difficult transitions look pretty easy, going from a starting pitcher to the bullpen. Last night he threw not 1 but 2 perfect innings, 6 up, 6 down. And Buster Posey shared with me what he thought about Peavy's character on this team. He said he doesn't shy away from anything. He said sometimes they take it for granted that Peavy really is willing to do anything to win. He moved to a role that he may not have wanted to do or wasn't comfortable with, and he did it without hesitation. Buster went on to say it's no secret. That's why this team has had so much success, because of players like Jake Peavy. Guys,
he's a good one. 1-0 to Nunez. 2-0 to Nunez. Panic to follow. And it's 3-0. Remember, Nunez comes in. He's got 28 stolen bases.
Now a leadoff walk to him, and you shoot yourself in the foot if you're Worley. He's got a challenge here.
And that does not happen.
Easy take. So your base stealer's on board. And you also have a guy hitting behind the base stealer. That's a good bat control guy that's starting to get hot.
Here's Joe Panic. A double and a walk and a run scored with Bumgarner on deck. See if Nunez has thoughts of taking off. He usually doesn't wait around. And maybe the Orioles know that.
Caleb Joseph, the catcher for the Orioles, has got a good arm.
One ball and no strikes.
And Warney's not going to help you out. He's quick out of the stretch. So if you steal a base against these guys, you got to earn it.
Panic drives it out into Triple's alley, and on the move is Trumbo. Still on the move. Nobody's going to get it. And once again, it bounces into the seats for a ground rule double.
Unbelievable. He has been bit twice tonight in this regard. This is an RBI. Fastball, and this is the pitch that he was fouling off. Now he's backspinning it. That back shoulder staying high. The swing is getting flat. He's tracking the ball beautifully. And there's the high hop.
So Bumgarner in his second opportunity now to knock some people in. He had the same opportunity in the second, and Gausman struck him out. Infield in. And it's inside 1-0.
The thing about Bumgarner too, I mean, he will sit on a breaking ball. He's not just a pure fastball guy. He will guess along.
There's a half swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think he's setting him up with that swing.
Target is in, and it's 2-1. See the pattern? In, away, in.
Hard stuff in, soft stuff away.
See if Joseph sets up away. Yep. On the ground to third. Machado spears it. So here's Span. This is the spot where Span picked up 2 RBIs in the second inning.
Well, this was the big swing of the bat, the difference in the game. Fastball they wanted to go up above the letters with. It leaked out over the strike zone. He goes right back up the middle, cashed in with a 2-out knock and scored 2. And that's where they are. He has a chance now to add on to it if they pitch to him.
Well, he's hit 3 line drives tonight.
Ubaldo Jimenez, the right-hander, starting to get heated up.
Span takes low.
3 good at bats tonight against Gausman, and he's used the whole field.
Target in. 2-0. And a strike.
Took a little off, 2-seam movement. It's not what he was looking for or where he was looking for it. Bunch the middle, give the lines on both sides of the field. Pretty symmetrical defense. They haven't been very extreme in the way they've set their defense in this series.
On the ground and a base hit. Nunez scores. Here comes Panik in the throw. He's going to score and Span in a run down, and that's going to end the inning. So the Giants pick up 2 more, and Span's got all the RBIs in this game. All right, let's check out our Toyota game summary, and it's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Gausman and Bumgarner, and Bumgarner's still in the game. Now he's got a 4-0 lead. It's been bought Denard, Span, and Bumgarner. Span's got 2 2-out base hits to knock in 2 runs for a total of 4.
Kind of an odd game tonight. There's been 10 walks and 17 strikeouts through 6 innings.
Here's Joseph, who takes a pitch down low. Joseph single, and he's popped out. And a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, that's a lot of strikeouts in 6 innings. That's not even talking about the 10 walks. 10 walks is like 2 games worth for both teams.
In tight. Nolan Reimold is on deck. There's a strike. It's 2-2.
Still controlling the knee-high location as he has done since the first inning.
Three and 2.
Now all the pitches that Bumgarner threw in the 6th inning, this becomes a big pitch for him just because of the pitch count.
Got him. 7 strikeouts. So here's Reimold. Reimold is bounced out twice. Nunez made a nice play on him in the 5th. Steve Pearce is on deck as this is popped out to Joe Panic. Panic, not a problem.
Quick out, a thing of beauty.
So here's Steve Pearce. Giants saw Steve Pearce in Tampa. He's since been traded over to the Orioles, back to the Orioles. He's been here before. He's a good hitter.
I always think that's really says a lot about a guy when he leaves an organization, then they bring him back.
Yeah.
Ultimate compliment.
Doesn't say much about us. None of the teams we left, they didn't even think about bringing us back.
Oh, they gave us the welcome mat. So here, take this with you.
There's a breaking ball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Two 2-0. We get 2 choices. I only had 1.
Well, you know what? I think that everybody should get traded once or change teams once. I think if you want to maximize your experience in professional baseball, you need to do that. Not that I want to see any of Giants players that have been here a long time and figure to be here a long time go off to another one, but I do think it makes you a true professional. Ubaldo Jimenez getting ready. He will pitch the bottom of the 7th.
Bumgarner wanted it. I tell you what it does, Mike, is I played 7 years. There's the pitch Bumgarner wanted. And then got traded. And I could tell you the very next year, your concentration level goes up a lot.
It does.
Because you want to make an impression.
But you also had to change leagues. I didn't have to do that. My whole tenure was in the National League. All 13 years. I didn't have to learn a new league.
3-2.
Although it's a bit easier now with interleague play being what it is. 100 pitches on the night for Bumgarner.
Got him. He's got 8 strikeouts, and the Giants are coming up.
I'm Kelly Johnson with the Sportsnet Central update. Dodgers now a half game back of the Giants for the division lead, hosting the Pirates earlier today. Up 6-3 in the 6th when Palo Alto native Jock Peterson goes opposite field for a 2-run shot. His 17th on the season. Dodgers knock out 17 hits to win 8-4. Now back to Kuiper.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Kelly had much better news yesterday. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So Ubaldo Jimenez, the new pitcher for the Orioles, and you may remember Jimenez as being a starter. Well, he was, but he kind of fell out of favor, and he has resurfaced in the bullpen. Take a look at his numbers: 5-9 with a 6.83 ERA. It has not been a good year for him, but still heated up there pretty good. Low 90s now. Before we first saw him with the Rockies, I mean, he was high 90s, occasional 100. But he's got a high 3/4 release, which is really an unusual delivery. He'll throw 4 pitches out of it. Curveball, slider, and a split, along with that fastball.
Yeah, when the Giants were going down the stretch in 2010 with the Rockies and Padres, this was the one guy, Jimenez, that you wanted to miss, as Bumgarner might be done. One and one to Pagan. Belt on deck, and then Posey. Low again. It's 3-1.
Derek Law finishing off his throws. The way he's heating up and the way Bumgarner went down the stairs to the clubhouse, I think his night's done.
Another walk.
Another walk. And it isn't because Brian O'Nora's strike zone has been weird. They just have been pretty easy pitches to call.
Yeah, a lot of times you can say that the umpires had a little bit to do with a lot of walks. You're absolutely right. Not tonight. Pagan takes off. Here's the throw, and he's going to steal it easily. And that's stolen base number 12 on the year. I don't know if Baldo even kept an eye on him.
Just a little bit slower than the average time, but the Giants know him. It looked to me like Pagan was going to go no matter what, and that usually tells me that he knows when he's going home and when he's going to first.
High drive to right. Trumbo back. Out of here. He finally caught up and hits it out for a 2-run home run. How about that?
Home run number 14 for Belt.
And that one brought rain.
They finally are getting runs for Madison Bumgarner. We'll tack 2 more on. And this baby Giraffe fan loving every bit of it. Off-speed pitch, he just got up. And it was just a matter of how far it was going to go out with a lot of height on it.
In the dirt. Belt feeling a little better. Mr. Posey 4 for 17 lifetime against Jimenez with a double. And tonight for Buster Posey, his 3rd walk.
Take a look at the split that just didn't do a whole lot, just hung up there at the belt. And for Belt, who had an 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts going, this can change your night around in a hurry. And everybody knew it. I mean, he usually hits them high, but this is a little bit higher than norm.
It went through. The water guns went off a little prematurely.
Well, somebody's been sitting there with a hand on the trigger all night waiting.
All night. Crawford goes the other way, and it's right at Ryman. And here's Pence. Pence tonight has walked. Struck out twice. One and 0 to Pence. Pence taps it foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You've been softballing a lot of slow stuff tonight.
Wade Miley tomorrow. Remember Wade Miley?
Oh yeah.
Pretty good little lefty against Johnny Cueto.
with Jeff Kellogg behind the plate.
Monday night's going to be fun.
It is.
Ryan Vogelson.
And Matt Moore going to make his debut in a Giants uniform at home.
One ball and one strike to Hunter Pence. Pence lifts it into left center field, but it's right at Ryman. 2 outs. There's Nunez. Eduardo Nunez hasn't quite yet reached the comfort level in a Giants uniform.
Well, I mean, he's learning a new league, and I mean, you know that takes a little time.
But he has reached the comfort level in the clubhouse, and he knows he's going to be in the lineup. And he pops this one to right for Trumbo, and that'll end the inning. Belt hits the home run. Giants add 2 more on the board, his 14th, and it's bye-bye baby, and it's 6-0 Giants.
All right, join us for the final peanut allergy friendly game this summer, Wednesday, August 17th. It's a 12:45 start. Your special event ticket includes a seat in a peanut controlled section at AT&T Park. You want information? Go to sfgiants.com/special events. Well, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your brake oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. So Derek Law, the new pitcher now for the Giants, coming into his 47th game, and what a great rookie campaign he has had. 4-1 with a 2.05 ERA. Just about a strikeout an inning.
Facing the top of the order. And a strike.
Well, the drought for Madison Bumgarner's over. They finally got him some runs. And he made them good.
Tapped on the ground to third for Nunez. Nunez to Belt. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen. Well, fans are just joining us today. A very special day here at AT&T Park. Before the game, the Giants unveiled the statue of Hall of Fame pitcher, former Giant Gaylord Perry. He was on hand, as were all of the other Hall of Famers. And the sculptor, Will Behrens, who also did Mays, McCovey, Marichal, Cepeda, said this was his favorite one to do. They're both hail from North Carolina. Perry spent 10 big league seasons with the Giants, and he was revered as one of the fiercest competitors. And he was notorious or infamous for his spitball. So as a joke, he had a gift for everyone under their seat. It's a little tub of Vaseline. Congratulations to Gaylord Perry. He's joined the group, guys.
It's a great statue. J.J. Hardy takes a strike. Although, look, you say it's your favorite. It's like, which one of your kids is your favorite? Well, clearly, in this case, the last one.
It's whatever one you're with.
Popped up. It'll be Panic or Belt, and Panic says, this is my territory, 2 outs. Here's the Vaseline bit.
You guys look under your seats. You might have a special. You might make a comeback playing baseball. That's a little gift there for you.
There it is, the Vaseline.
Got it?
It was a great idea. And, you know, I think guys from the South, with their accent, they tell the best stories.
Of course. Yeah, they pull off the best gags. Dave Duncan told me that Dave Duncan caught Gaylord Perry. He said there was one year where he caught Gaylord. He didn't throw it one time. Not one time in the full season. But because the reputation he had, he said hitters complained about it the whole year.
Well, he had a whole act. The way that he would go to his hat, touch his neck, touch his hat, touch his neck, go back. It was beautiful, the way he completely marketed it. But he was also creator. He was the guy that came up with the puffball, where he went over there and bounced the rosin bag in his hand for about a minute and let all the rosin get to his hand, pick a baseball up and throw it.
On the ground to Bell. Law's got to get over. Tough throw, perfect throw, and that's going to end the inning. Very nicely done.
And when Gaylord snapped the wrist off on the fastball, a big puff of smoke would go up. Great pitch. Perfect.
Well, join us tomorrow, day game here on a Sunday afternoon, pregame live at 12:30. and then we'll have the game for you right at the top of the hour. It'll be these Orioles against these Giants. Orange and black go at it, and that'll end this 3-game series. It'll also end the Giants' interleague schedule. So join us tomorrow. It's Joe Panik, who's got 2 doubles in this game and a walk.
Yeah, he's been putting together a good swing, putting together a strike zone, trying to be patient. It's starting to pay off.
He actually could have had a couple of triples tonight, but the warning track has not been kind to him. He's lost a couple of RBIs. And he shoots this one up the middle. And he's got a base hit. Well, the warning track could not hurt him there.
No, but Jonathan Schoop almost made the play of the series. Just a lazy slider, didn't do a whole lot. He goes right back up the middle with it, and watch the range of Schoop to his right. And he's got a good arm. Just couldn't get enough balance on it to make an accurate throw, but A for effort.
So Joe Panik with his 3rd hit. And here's Connor Gillespie. And Gillespie takes a call strike. Tapped. Out there. Not there. So a fielder's choice for Gillespie.
Nice play to get the 1 out at second. I didn't think that once Ubaldo Jimenez took a look at second base, he was going to make an attempt to get the lead out.
I was a little shocked as well. Fielder's choice. And here's Denard Span.
Sergio Romo getting ready. He will pitch the 9th. That was a severe jam job there on Connor Gillespie.
Yeah, that's the old candlestick. You're sitting around for 7 innings. You're freezing. You got your bats in the sauna along with the pizza. And then you take one swing and you break 3 knuckles. And you go home and you're going, what am I doing?
Well, it's not a good memory. But Dusty Baker used to always say that Dusty was as good a hitting coach as there ever was, and he's a great manager. He'd always say, listen, if you're going good as a hitter, you're going to get you got to get jammed. Well, if that's the case, then Connor Gillespie's hot.
I don't know if Dusty was speaking about getting jammed at Candlestick, but I agree with him. Once you start getting afraid of being jammed, you are going to be all messed up.
You will not have any covers to the outside part of the plate.
Span's got 2 hits. He's got 4 RBIs, and he lifts him down the left field line. He's going to chase Romo off the mound, and it's 2-2. Both teams come in today's game with the exact same record, 65-50. Dodgers won their 65th game today. Span is going to make Reimel run, and he dives, and it's just foul. 2 2-out singles for Denard Span. Here's the first one.
Yeah, right back up the middle, and this is back in the 2nd inning, and he finally broke that scoreless streak for Madison Bumgarner. Gave him a couple of runs to work with. Then he comes back up again, and this time in the 6th inning does the same thing, goes to right field, and 2 more would cash in on him. I mean, what a great night. Every at bat that he's had, he's hit the ball hard. His 2 outs, he's lined out to left field and to center.
Looking for his 3rd hit here in the 8th. Got him. 2 down, and here's Pagan. You got 12 strikeouts for the Giants.
Yep, I do.
And I think, look, I think Bruce Bochy will trade 12 for 6 runs any day.
Oh, are you kidding?
Pagan takes a strike. He struck out once. He's been on base 3 times. He scored a run. He was on second when Belt hit his 14th home run. Down and in to even the count.
Before the game, Bruce Bochy had a few players come into his office, just kind of circle the wagons, have a little chat, a little fireside.
Pulled foul.
If you go back in, since Bruce Bochy has become manager of the Giants, you go back in as to when he has his meetings and his talks, and you look at what the win-loss record is coming out of those meetings. It's pretty unbelievable. A lot of wins. He doesn't do it a lot. He picks his spots. And of course, he's got 3 flags that'll follow him around the rest of his life. Trying to add another one.
One, 2 down the left field line. This is trouble and a base hit. Gillespie is going to head to 3rd. Pagan's going to slide into 2nd with a double. So Pagan picks up his 1st hit, and it's also the 4th time that he's been on base.
Well, Brandon Belt, 7th inning, comes up against Ubaldo Jimenez. Nobody out, 1 on, and gets a hanging split and does this. 2-run shot, home run number 14 on the year. RBIs number 59 and 60.
So Belt facing Jimenez for the 2nd time. And there's a strike. I think Hunter Pence's eye is getting better.
It is. About another week, it'll be gone. Good healer.
I don't want it to go. Out of play.
Talking to Jeff Samardzija, Matt Cain.
The kid from Houston, Texas, who
Hunter
found a
Pence.
home here.
Yes, he did. He made a lot of friends.
People here get him.
They absolutely do.
And he gets Northern California very well. Hunter Pence arrived and was right in July of 2012 and helped them to 2 world championships. Oh, 0-2 to Belt here in the 8th. And Belt strikes out, and that's going to end the inning. The Giants take a 6-0 lead to the ninth.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Giants with a 6-0 lead as Sergio Romo comes in when it's time for a change. Thanks, Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
20th time that Sergio Romo has come to a game this year. Did spend some time on the disabled list. Every time he's gone out there, he's looked a little stronger. Now he says, I'm starting to throw a curveball too, so let everybody know that, all right? We will let the baseball world know that you are now throwing a curveball along with a slider and a changeup, a couple types of fastball. He was talking about it. He was quite proud of his curveball.
Swing and a miss.
You know what, though? It really does prove that you have to keep learning, keep trying new things, changing your look, because you're playing against the same guys up here.
.76 miles per hour.
Well, I mean, the problem with this curveball and the slider is it's tough to tell which one's which. Curveball is a little slower. And we may have just seen it.
And a fastball.
Now let's take a look. If this is the curveball, yep. I don't know. It's the same hand action as he throws the slider. It looks like it could be a curveball. Front door tried to go in there with that breaking ball on that inside corner. Did not miss by much.
I could see Honora calling this a strike.
Well, that's the no-dot slider right there. He just missed a bit inside.
He hung in there on this one and fouled it back. Three and two with Jonathan Scope on deck. Got him.
So in the end, he goes to that inside corner. It's just one big frisbee after another. You can see the dot. It's underneath the ball. It's not on the side of the ball that faces the hitter, and it's because of that that the pitch is so deceptive. High sidearm delivery and great command out of that slot.
Here's Scope. Scope takes a strike. Remember that a lot of these Oriole hitters have never ever seen Romo. Jumbo has.
Javier Lopez getting up to throw. Needs a little work. You may see him coming against Davis, who's in the on-deck circle. And it isn't so much as, you know, I got to bring my lefty to face a lefty. He needs his lefty to get some work, which is why Javier Lopez is out there.
Pop-up is going to fall just shy of the club level. It's 1-2. Got it.
So one more look at the slider, and it's a thing of beauty when you get a hitter to go that far wide of the strike zone and chase. And that's just education. He's never faced Romo before, and as a right-hander, you are disadvantaged that first time.
So here's Davis. And the first pitch is down low. Davis has walked, and then Bumgarner struck him out twice. 2-0. Should be a strike. And it's in tight, 3-0. So the walk. And now Bruce Bochy's coming out.
A rare walk.
So Pedro Alvarez announced as a pinch hitter, and that means Lopez is coming in. It's 6-0, and we'll be back. Well, Hyundai Sportsnet Central tonight after Giants postgame live right here in CSN Bay Area. You get a reaction to this game, get a recap of what's going on today in the Olympics and Jared Goff's NFL debut coming up. So Alvarez pulled back. It's going to be Wieters. It's 6-0 Giants with 2 outs here in the 9th.
So let's take a look at Javier Lopez's numbers. 50th time that he has come in this year. He's thrown 19 innings in the previous 49 games that he's pitched in. The ERA at one time was in the high 6s, and he's whittled it down. It's taken him a long time to do it.
And a bouncing ball off the shin of Lopez. It's going to go into shallow right field. And that'll be a hit for Wieters.
So take a look at the comebacker going off of the right heel and just kicks away from Joe Panik, who was breaking up the middle. Panik may have had a chance to get to that, but on the ricochet winds up being an infield base hit. Look out, Javier. Looks like he's all right.
Reimold takes down low. Casilla now headed down to the bullpen. Two and 0. And a strike. So Lopez comes in with a strike. It's 2-1.
A night when the base on balls has been quite common. Never a good thing, unless you're on the winning side of it.
So Lopez with the next pitch in tight. It's 3-1. And a full count.
I mean, he's not thinking corner there either. He's just trying to lay it in. I mean, he knows what the score is. This is not the time to be walking people. He's not trying to do that.
And the walk.
So Santiago Casilla has started to accelerate, getting loose in the Giants' pin.
Flaherty's going to pinch hit.
And there's nobody left on the Orioles bench but left-handed hitters. So it's either going to be Flaherty or Kim. It's Flaherty. But with the right-handed hitting Adam Jones on deck, that's who Santiago Casilla is thinking about while he's warming up down in that bullpen.
Kept foul, and it's 0-1. Romo struck out Trumbo in Scope, and then a walk to Davis. Wieters with a base hit and a walk to Reimold. So the Orioles, all they're trying to do is just get to the next hitter. Right at the end of the Giants dugout.
He really got in tight. We always talk about Javier Lopez, and one of the unique things about him being a high sidearm guy is that he will pitch inside, and he really planted a fastball deep up the bat of Flaherty in that pitch. And once you do that, it sets up the outside corner. And it also sets up the inside corner. So two options here for him to go to in the 0-2 count.
Crawford can't get it. It's a base hit. So 2 runs are going to score. And that is going to bring Casilla into the game. Flaherty just poked at that, but it worked.
Well, he just defended in an 0-2 count. Giants had put a little shift on him, moved Crawford out of straightaway shortstop position, put him behind second base. And Flaherty took advantage of it. Take a look at the breaking ball in the 0-2 count. Right in the outside corner. No lower body in the swing at all from Flaherty, but you see where Crawford's playing. And with that ball slicing away from him, he couldn't get to it.
So Casilla coming in. It's a 6-2 game. 6-2 here in the 9th. This is the second pitching change here in the 9th. Lopez, now Casilla. Adam Jones is 0 for 4. Reimold is at second. Flaherty's at first. And a chopper to third. And that's the ball game. Casilla throws 1 pitch, and the Giants take game 2 of this 3-game series, and they do it behind a really, really nice start by Madison Bumgarner and Denard Span, swinging the bat with 2 outs. So.
Well, they took advantage of a lot of walks that were given to them, and they needed a game like this. They needed to get off the schneid. They needed to give Bumgarner some early runs. They did that, and once again, the big man stood tall. A 7-inning of shutout ball performance from Bumgarner, and the Giants will sleep a little better tonight.
So the Giants, knowing that the Dodgers had won this afternoon, they still hold that 1-game lead in the National League West, and they win this one by a final of 6-2. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live starts right now.
I think the Giants need to unveil a statue of Gaylord Perry more often. From Williamston, North Carolina, and the kid from Hickory, North Carolina, Madison Bumgarner, gets his first win since the All-Star break. They needed those add-on runs. Denard Span drives in 4. Joe Panic with a big game tonight. 3 hits and a walk after a 6 for 46. And hallelujah, the Giants win a game with Madison Bumgarner on the mound. Vida Blue and Bill Lasky. First time since the second half of the year, since July the 10th.
Well, they finally got him some runs, and he was dialed in from the first pitch he threw through 7 innings, 101 pitches. I thought he threw very well, got ahead of hitters, used his cutter, his off-speed pitches, his breaking ball, dialed in, as you said, Denard Span with 2 2-out base hits.
Just the way we drew it up on the blackboard, Bill.
That's right.
But
That's
run
exactly
support
right.
is key, though. You know, he didn't stress out. He had 100 pitches going into the 7th inning, but it's a win. That's all that counts. It's a win, and we go from there.
Giants only had 7 hits tonight. Denard Span had 2 big ones to bring in 4 runs. Let's head back to AT&T Park. Amy Gutierrez. Amy G.
All right, guys. Yeah, Denard Span had a really big game, but let's just start with this being a big game in general for your team. Buster Posey said last night about the rough stretch you guys have been in since the All-Star break. You don't have a choice but to keep going, and this team has the ability to put a good streak together, and it seemed like tonight you found the formula to start to do that.
Well, it helps when you have Madison Bumgarner, on the mound for us, and he came out and, gave us opportunity to win like he always does, and we were able to scratch off some runs and give him some support.
Will you expand on that a little bit? Because he does come out, he always does this job, he gives you guys a chance to win, and tonight you did give him some runs to work with, you gave him a cushion, and he gets a W, something he's been deserving of for a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question he's been, our horse all season long, and he's been that for a few years now, and, he did it once again tonight, and, that's the good thing about having a pitcher like that. Whenever a team's going through a skid, you have a guy like that that can stop it.
All right, let's brag about you a little bit. I get to do that. 4 RBI tonight for you, and that's the most you've had as a San Francisco Giant since opening day when you had 5.
Yeah, that was many moons ago.
Not that long ago. How well are you seeing the ball? How comfortable are you at the plate right now?
I feel pretty good. I think this whole second half I've been just a little bit more confident, trusting my abilities, and body's starting to feel a little bit better. And I've always been a second half player, so just happy that I can be able to help this ball club win.
One last one for you. Joe Panic. He really has just been piecing that swing together. I'm sure it's been frustrating for him, but I'm sure it's kind of fun to watch it start to come to fruition as a teammate. He's a key player for you guys. How valuable is he going to be down the stretch if he's found his swing again?
He's a big-time player. I watched him in 2014. He killed us in the first round of the playoffs, and he's a guy that we definitely need for him to get going. He's a guy that can carry this ball club, and tonight his swing looked really good. So we just hope that he can just continue just going forward, and he's going to be key for us down the stretch, like you said.
All right, Denard, congratulations. Good win. Let's get it up to Duane and Mike.
All right, thanks, Denard, and thanks, Amy G. And, one thing I like about this, Mike, is American League teams do not get a chance to see Madison Bumgarner, and I like it when he shuts down an American League team.
Well, especially when you have a lot of right-handed power, and that kind of plays into his hand because his strength with the natural cut of his fastball is that he can get that ball in tight. He can prevent these guys from getting extended where they get full use of their power. So having said all that, I mean, that's the theory. You still have to go out there and you have to apply it. But I think what happened in tonight's ball game was a big difference. They got him 2 runs in the second inning. He hadn't had 2 runs work with early in the game in a long time, and then they added on to it. This is an offense that has had problems adding on. They have scored runs. They just haven't been able to put teams away. So tonight, I mean, they'll feel good about how they got their runs, how they got them in the 2nd, the 6th, and the 7th. I mean, those are significant things. And the other thing, too, is Joe Panic starting to heat up.
All right, gentlemen, back to you.
Madison Bumgarner, his last start in Washington, Vida, he had the dreaded CGL, complete game loss. They scored 1 run for him. Tonight we thought they maybe just get 2, but as Mike said, it went 4, it went 6. I mean, if you score 4 runs for this guy, you're going to get him a victory. This baseball team is 47-16 when they score 4 or more. They got him a couple in the bottom of the 2nd, Bill, as Hunter Pence drew a walk, and it's all he needed as he was locked in. And you were talking before the game, the back foot slider was his put-away pitch tonight for several of his 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, it was a key pitch, and you're talking about the shadows in the earlier part of the game, the spins of the ball. They had a hard time picking it up. You see how that ball is just dipping under the zone, out of the strike zone. Then he elevated a little bit, locked in the entire game, and just a good stellar for Madison Bumgarner.
A lot of time when you face an all right-handed or all left-handed lineup, in your case, Bill, you get locked into that one side of the plate, and that seems to be what Madison did tonight with his back foot slider, his cutter, and his little curveball that was a roundhouse outside corner plate, outside the plate, and the guys gave up on it.
7 innings for Madison Bumgarner, just 3 hits and 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, many on that back foot slide. I think we counted 6 in total in the Giants. So that's all they needed was his pitching at a run or 2 or 4 or 6, and they got the 2 in the bottom of the second. Hunter Pence really struggling, but he will draw the walk here from Kevin Gausman on the 3-2 pitch down low. Maybe the highlight of the night, Bill, Joe Panik coming out of a 6 for 46 funk since coming off the disabled list. He banged out 3 hits tonight and also drew a walk. He was right in the middle of both of your 2-run rallies.
Boy, Greg, you know, that whole road trip, he was hitting the ball hard the whole time. Today, he hit gaps. As you saw this, Jones had a hard time picking up the ball in the sun, hit it out to left center, and here's the base hit for Denard Span, a 2-out base hit, bringing the first 2 runs in for the Giants.
But back to Panik, it's amazing what hitting in the 8-hole would do for your confidence when you get that first hit, because I'm sure he wants to be up in that 2-hole where he was comfortable at for a long time.
Denard Span with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He turned around there, and then in the 6th inning, Nunez will draw a 1-out walk again. Joe Panik with a double. He had a pair of doubles, a walk, and an infield single his last time up. So he reached base tonight 4 out of 5 times. And when you see him pull a pitch like that earlier, take the ball away, he's starting to get his swing locked in. But Denard Span with a 4 RBI knock night tonight, 4 RBIs for Span tonight, Bill. The most he had, remember his first game as a Giant in Milwaukee, he had a late 3-run homer, wound up with 5 RBIs. This is his biggest night offensively since opening day in Milwaukee.
You know, we talk about key hits. We talk about players coming up in those key points of the game, and Denard did it not once, but twice. And both of those runs, you know, the 4 RBIs were key right there for Madison to get a little lift going for himself. And, of course, Brandon Belt getting a 2-run home run put the lift on it for good.
But the fact that there's more than one guy in the lineup putting the ball in play and getting clutch hits, that's key also.
Yeah, Brandon Belt gave you a 6-0 lead, and I think Baum was coming out of the game anyway. Angel Pagan will draw the walk, and they try to sometimes get in there. That little splitter from Jimenez just was flat, and he really got a shot at it. I think they knew that ball was going out, Bill. They shot the water cannons off before it cleared the Willie Mays wall. For Brandon Belt, home run number 14. He knew he got that one.
Yeah, and you know, he struggled the first 2 times up. He struck out twice, didn't really swing the bat well. He missed a ball. He took a pitch for strike 3. That time he kept that front shoulder in and hit that fastball, or split, as you said, right out of right field, and the cannons went off before it went over the wall.
And guess what? It's a 3-game series, so the rubber match is tomorrow with your number 3 star.
Orange and black will win this series. Will it be the American League Orange and Black or the National League Orange and Black? How about the Giants? 6 runs tonight. They only got 7 hits, but they drew 10 walks tonight. I bet the skipper's going to be happy about the offense coming alive tonight. Let's head back to AT&T. Here, Bruce Bochy's postgame press conference brought to you by Amici's.
Bruce, you said last night you saw some guys coming out of it at the plate. Was that kind of what you expected tonight from a couple of those hitters?
Yeah, you know, it's encouraging to see how, you know, they've been swinging the bats last 2 or 3 days. And, you know, Panik, big day, Belt, you know, it's always good. You got a man on second, nobody out. He not only got him over, got him and himself there, but Span, it doesn't get much bigger than that. You get twice, you come up second and third, 2 outs and get hits, and you know, timely hitting is what wins ball games for you, and of course, good pitching. And Bum had he just threw a beautiful game, and you know, 7 solid innings, and good bounce back for us.
Just Bruce, that 6th inning for Bumgarner when he got in a little trouble after the double, just what did you see from him to get through it, work around a guy maybe to get to Davis a little bit?
Yeah, you know, he's as good as there is. You know, that's good starters. You know, they're going to get in a jam, and you know, they know how to turn up a notch and make pitches when they have to, and he did that. You know, that's a critical part of the game there, and you know, it's a close ball game, and you know, he got a huge strikeout there, and you know, he had good stuff tonight. He really did. All his pitches, good command. He came off a great start. You know, we lost that tough one there in Washington, 1-0, but he threw a complete game. He just gave up 2 hits there, so he carried that into today's game, and just did a terrific job.
Bruce, speaking of Bumgarner, how good does it feel to finally get him a win after he's been a hard luck loser these past few starts?
Yeah, no, it's good to get him a win and the team a win when he pitches. We lost some tough ones with him on the mound, and you know, you get your guys out there and they pitch the way he's been pitching and not get wins. You know, that's frustrating. So it's good to get him some runs, and I just thought we threw out some better at bats tonight to set up those chances. And you know, Bum had a rough night at the plate, but Span picked us up.
Well, Bum went 0 for 3 at the plate, did strike out a couple of times. That's all right. But Denard Span had a big night. It's a big night in Giant franchise history. We'll tell you about Gaylord, and a Joe Panik swing may be back. That's next on Esurance Giants Postgame Live.
Giants Postgame Live is presented by Esurance, auto and home insurance for the modern world.